Murder at Ocean View College, Chapter 15. More questions, more trouble. Danny listened to Amber and thought about what she was saying. The coach was buying tests. He was buying them for his team so that they could pass their academic classes and continue to play sports. This information brought a lot of questions with it. If the coach is buying tests, then who is selling? Amber? And does this have anything to do with Miss Quinn's murder? Did the coach murder Miss Quinn? Did she find out about this little test buying scheme? Is that why she was killed? Is that a good enough reason to kill someone? He was deep in thought and not watching the game very closely. When everyone around him started to cheer, he looked up at the scoreboard and realized that Ocean View College had made a touchdown. He cheered too. Then he became aware of Amber's arm around his neck. His face felt hot. He was embarrassed. He hoped that no one he knew saw him like this. What if someone told Jade? He would really be in trouble then. He took Amber's arm and removed it from around his neck. She looked hurt, so he took her hand and held it. It was better this way. He wouldn't have to worry about her grabbing his leg. She looked at him and winked. She made little kissing motions with her lips. Danny tried to ignore this. He tried to think of the right questions to ask her. After all, getting information was the reason that he had made this date. Amber, he tried to speak quietly. Where does the coach buy these tests? She looked at him for a second. He thought he saw fear in her eyes. Finally, she pulled him closer and whispered in his ear, I can't tell you that, Danny. It's the amendment thing. At first, he was puzzled. He didn't know what she was talking about. Then he realized it was the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. If she answered the question, she might become a suspect too. He thought for a minute. You don't have anything to do with it, do you? Amber didn't answer. She just looked at him, and her eyes said, Don't ask any more questions. She turned her eyes to the game. Danny usually found football interesting, but tonight he was not interested at all in the game. He decided that he would wait before asking her any more questions. His mind kept racing, and his eyes moved around the bleachers looking for something. He didn't know what. Just then he saw a familiar figure dressed in the student police uniform. It was Jade. Her back was turned to him, and she was walking away. Oh, no! Had she seen them? She was pretty far away, but he was sure it was Jade. Where was she going? He could feel his face get hot and sweat break out on his forehead. Now what? How was he ever going to get out of this one?